Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to.
Okay. Now, your wife, Mrs. D. Tunji Olugbodi, was born the same year with you but different months. How does it feel to be married to someone born same year with you?
I think, contrary to what people will expect, it's a great advantage in the sense that you operate basically on the same wavelength. And it also tests the whole essence of partnership, of marriage. Because at the heart of marriage is forbearance, is the ability to be able to forgive and to respect the other person. So age has never been an issue, for instance, for us to disrespect each other. I think it's again because we are very conscious of the fact that it shouldn't be, so it has nothing to do with, because you're almost the same age, then that I won't have respect for you. I think on the contrary, what that does is that it makes you even respect each other more than, look, there's nothing that you have that I don't have. So don't buga to me, that kind of thing. And I think the thing in our case is that there's a great deal of respect, for each other. I respect my wife a lot simply because she always jokes about that she's more qualified than I am. She read more books than I am, and I did and all that. But I also always remind her that we might be the same age, but at least I should like a clear 4 or 5 years in secondary school. So we banter and joke with all of these things just to trade off. But in the real terms, it doesn't make any difference that they're virtually the same age. To be honest with you, I think on the contrary, what it has done is that we have a lot more healthy respect for ourselves, simply because we know that there's no edge, not in age, not in terms of maybe mental attribute, not in terms of material things than the other person. So I think that has made us to cohabit very well for the last 35.
How did both of you even meet?
Okay, so that's a very that's a very interesting one. We met at the National Orientation Camp in Katsina. This was way back in 1987. And at that time, I had a relationship in school, and the last thing I had in my mind was to go into any relationship. I just wanted to face my future, face my career, and get things done. So it was a very interesting one. Katsina lies in Benue State, and I'm not too sure that they had any experimentation after that. But that year, the NYC was experimenting with people staying longer in the orientation camp. It was the main batch. So instead of the normal 4 weeks, we ended up spending, I think, 6 or 7 or 8 weeks. It was a long time that we spent in camp. They were experimenting that particular year in 1987. We were experimenting. So I got into camp. I got into Katsina on the Sunday, trying to beat the deadline. And it was all raining and wet and all of that. Anyway, we ended up on the same queue, and then race started again while we were queuing for registration and all of that. And I remember that I had an handkerchief with me. And first thing I said was, "Oh, madam, young lady, why don't you get off from under the rain?" Because the rain was beating, it was drizzling. And I told her that, and then the way she looked at me like, "What's your own? The rain is beating me. Now you go tell me." And I felt like, okay, all right, maybe I should just have kept my mouth shut. I say my time, like we say, it was a big issue. Anyway, the rain persisted, and I don't know what pushed me to now say, look, instead of this rain, let me offer you my handkerchief so you used to cover your head. I mean, the handkerchief wasn't an umbrella. Thinking back about it now, I don't know how the handkerchief could have prevented the breeze. Anyway, she collected the handkerchief. I used to cover her head. And I forgot about it. We did our registration. We did our registration. I left the line, and the next day, we're not being organized into platoons, and I realized that we ended up in the same platoon, platoon 7. As of that time, I didn't ask for her name and all of that, but once we ended up in the same platoon, there was some proximity, and I said, "Oh, by the way, the handkerchief that I gave to you yesterday, can I have my handkerchief back?" And then, you want your handkerchief there, you have to come and collect it at the female hostel. Okay, I thought that was a bit strange, but it wasn't so strange to me at that time. So I just decided that okay, I'll go and find out what that handkerchief is all about. So I went to the hostel, and then when she was going to give me the handkerchief, it was all washed and ironed, and okay, I was saying, "This is another handkerchief. Why would she iron it?" Anyway, that's where we started, and we started talking, and she was actually supposed to, go back to Lagos after the service, to go back to Lagos after the orientation. She wasn't planning to stay, but because we started that conversation and all that, she now decided, okay, maybe she can come back at least to see what the youth service here would have. I wasn't planning to go anywhere. Long story short, she came back. She didn't change her posting again, and the youth service here was a very interesting one for us. I ended up, as a teaching staff in one of the colleges in Macaulay. We ended up in public service there. But one thing that bound all of us together was, I was very active in the theater. So I was the president of the NYC theater group, and which she also belonged. So there was proximity in every sense. Somewhere along the line, the relationship grew. I got to know her people, she got to know my people, and here we are today.